at the beginning of Elevation, when myself and a guy named Chris Brown and a guy named Mac Brock, we were tasked to build what became Elevation Worship. And I would say for the first 7 years out of the 15 years that I was there, I felt like I was living my dream. I was able to pastor teams. I was able to write songs and lead worship and then record on albums and do all these amazing things that felt like, oh, this is who I've always prepared to become. And I felt like I was finally walking in that. And I remember an early conversation with Pastor Stephen where he said to me, you are a good singer. You're a good songwriter. Chris and Mac are great singers, great songwriters. They have a different kind of gifting for that. You're going to hit a lid there. And one day, but I do feel like you have the gifting to be a good pastor, teacher, shepherd. So one day you're going to have to decide, are you willing to let go of what you're good at in order to take hold of what God's called you to be great at? And that was not a fun conversation on my end. And I remember everything in me wanted to be like, well, you don't understand my anointing. You don't understand my gifting. But as I processed it with the Lord, I began to see that this was from God to me. And it was a process that over many years was the Lord slowly prying my hands open to let go of that dream and to trust. But in that process, I realized, and I kind of give these two personifications in the book, that I think we have the striving self and the surrendered self. So like the striving self, when I'm operating in that side of my flesh or myself, that's the side of me that thinks that nothing will happen unless I make it happen. That's the side of me that feels like someone else walking in their dream threatens me walking in my own. That's the side that feels like I'm defined by my accomplishments. So I know I'm operating in that side of me when I'm trying to manipulate a yes when God's given me a no. I'm like just trying to make things work out, and I'm not willing to trust that disappointment or a delay can actually be part of my formation process in my spiritual journey, because I'm so intent on reaching this one destination and it has to happen at all costs. I would say the surrendered self is trusting that I can work hard to bring a dream to pass, but I'm also content with whatever outcome God provides. I can be excited to see someone else walk in a dream that I wish I was walking in, but I'm also able to champion them because I love seeing them flourish in their gifts. The surrendered self realizes that there might be dreams that God has for me or gifts that God's put in me that I don't even realize yet, and that I'm not going to define the whole story of my life based on one chapter. So I think there's that posture that I honestly go back and forth between multiple times a day.
Yeah.
I'm just always like a pinball back and forth between striving and surrender. And I'm learning how to pivot and recognize. The thing that has been really helpful for me is realizing, oh gosh, I'm starting to operate from the striving mindset. Lord, help me just to trust, help me to be open-handed, and realizing that we can still work hard toward our dream, but it's not the ultimate thing that we're pursuing, because Jesus says, seek first the kingdom, not seek first the dream. And I think that's the thing that I have to constantly check myself on.